Thank you very much, Mr. President. Today we are discussing an important report about the restrictions of NGOs in different countries. A cursory look at those countries will draw another map, a map of countries, some countries, which may have problems with democracy, the hate speech and xenophobia is state-sponsored, the independent media is shut down, they usually refuse to implement the rulings of the European Court of Human Rights. In other words, the civic space is curbed. In this context, I must mention that alongside with different state institutions, the international civil society organizations and independent international media have been raising questions when Azerbaijan and Turkey jointly launched an aggression against the people of Nagorno-Karabakh. They documented in their media coverages, as well as in international human rights reports, about important facts that were to be discussed in this hemicycle if everything was normal. The human rights organizations, as well as international media, documented these issues of barbarism, the use of the phosphorus and other cluster bombs prohibited by the international law. They also reported about the mercenary terrorists pimped into the conflict by Turkey. However, these entire documentations sometimes are meeting the wall of silence and neutrality. All the questions discussed in this hemicycle maybe are relevant or important today. However, I don't think that any of this is more relevant or more important than the returning of Armenian POWs and other captive people, which again, if we had slightly more humanitarian orientation in this hemicycle, in this organization, would be the first matter of the day. The PACE has an institutional cooperation with the civil society organizations. However, often this protection of rights requires more actions from the states, and obviously less is expected from the civil society organizations in terms of creating public good. I think at times we need to learn from the courage of those civil society organizations which voice their frank opinion, even knowing very well that it might be very pragmatic for them. As a conclusion, it becomes more clear that when people's right to live independently with dignity is denied, the fact is not condemned, it will surely bring similar situation elsewhere. In this context, I want to drive your attention one more time for your parliaments and capitals alike, that seeds of negligence will not be good fruit. Lastly, the protection of vibrant civil society across the borders is certainly a way of ensuring of protection of human dignity when the member states fail to do so. So I commend this report, and I hope that we will work more with the independent civil society organizations and media alike.